Hello Spider Peeps! What's on the desk today? Well, these are the parts I need to set up the Timelapse kit that I received within the Cyberbrick Kickstarter startup pack. So I've been looking at the instructions and looking at this, and this is quite a cool design. It's nice because all these cores are socketed, so we can reuse them elsewhere if we want to, or indeed put them in the wrong way like I just did there. All right, and apparently this has already got the firmware on to use this shield. Now we're going to use this shield just for Bluetooth really. There's lots of other bits you can do with this. You can actually use it to trigger a DSLR camera. You can even add a servo to it with a little thing that you can print that pushes a button if you've got another camera like a GoPro to take a picture. And of course we have to embed all those pictures together. So this goes along, not surprisingly, with the Bambu printer, and this is the cable that obviously this shield thing gave you access to this little cable thing, so that would go in there. But I also printed out, I'd love to show you a great time lapse of this, but yeah, you can see why I haven't yet. So let's pop this in here. I love doing this without the instructions and then wonder why it didn't work afterwards. So this is simple enough. Because I'm using Bluetooth mode, it's going to be useful because that just clicks in. Two little screws there. I could screw it in then if I wanted. There was some, yeah. That's nice. Kit comes with the nice screws, which is what you want really. So two of those. All right, so I think I'll use my mechanical screwdriver for this, or my motorised wow stick for this. It's nicely countersunk into the case. This looks nice in white. I'm glad I decided to do it in that. There's a Bambu logo there, or Cyberbrick logo or something, but I decided just so it wouldn't waste filament to do it in a single colour. I just noticed that's got a little cutaway in there, so that allows it to slide so you can hide the core. All right, so this gets the power from the Bambu printer itself. So this is the AMS cable, so that'll go in there. And I'm going to plug that into the back of the printer and see what happens. Okay, so the AMS has woken up. Whenever I touch it, it decides to do things with it. So it's just proving that it still works. But I've got to somehow find a way to plug the... But I've somehow got to find a way to plug the time-lapse module into the back of the AMS, because the AMSs work in a daisy chain. So they plug one to the next one. So the time-lapse module needs to go into this. So I'm going to have to do this, and I'm not going to be able to film this, hold the camera and put this in at the same time. So I'll do it while you watch the AMS play with itself. Are you done? Are you okay? It's definitely making a part for itself, isn't it? Oh, still going. Okay, so I've somehow got to get in there. And doing this backwards isn't fun. I tilt AMS down a little bit in my little tray. I wonder if that lets me better line up with the hole. Although there's the holes for it to engage in, there's no sort of like slot that allow you to get it in the ballpark first. This is going to be an exciting video, isn't it? There we go. All right, so if I put the AMS back down now, yeah, so That was fiddly, but it wouldn't have been obviously if I didn't have my AMS in a cupboard. Okay, so it's going to mess up the look of my lovely AMS tray. I could sticky pad that onto there, but of course eventually I'm going to get another AMS. There's a new AMS come out that's got a built-in heater, so I was thinking I might stick that up there, and then it's yet another daisy chain. Okay, let's plug this in. Okay, so it's plugged in and it did a little dance of different colours, which I missed unfortunately because I had to put the camera down. But now let's pair this. Okay, so I've gone to my Bluetooth on my phone, and down the bottom there's a BBL shutter. So let's pair it with that. All right, the light hasn't changed on the device, but it's paired now anyway. So if I go to my camera, and it's not really doing anything at the moment, but apparently there's a little button on the device. So if I press the button, there you go, it took a photo. Did you see that? Push the button again. All right, so that's working. It's taking a photo of the phone. So I've got to set this camera up so it looks into the bamboo print bed, and I've got to slice something which has got the settings to take a photo at every layer. Okay. So I was looking for something to print like a benchy, and I think I've got to do this. I've got to do one of these, opening Bambu Studio. Okay, well, there's a few of them here. You know, I think let's just do one of them to start with. Oh man, these look great. These might even be worth casting, printing out and then casting. But let's just try it as it is at the moment. So normally once I've downloaded something, I'd just do slice plate here, but we've got to do some extra bits. So it says we've got to find the word process. In process, we go to others, and then there should be something that says time lapse, and we've got to change that to smooth. Apparently this will build a little tower for us to print. So I think that's all you've got to do. Yeah, so let's do slice plate. Yeah, so we've got a little tower there as well. Hopefully that doesn't waste. I mean, it is going to waste a little bit of filament, isn't it? But have I got to do anything else? No. So it just says we've got to hit print plate and make sure that the time lapse is turned on. So obviously this is going to print the normal time lapse as well as taking photos on here. So if I turn this on, it's not set up at the moment, but if I turn that on and go to photos, and I'm probably just prop this up in front of the camera at the moment, but I'm going to send that to the printer. It's only a 27 minutes print, so it's not going to take that long to do. Okay, bit of a mad setup for this, but I'll get something better, no doubt, as time goes by. I think I'd like to get something magnetic so it sticks on there, and it's whether it'll see into it, I don't know. Okay, that was quite straightforward. So if I go to my gallery now, I just did a little video at the end of it. I've got loads and loads of pictures, so I've got to turn them into a time lapse somehow. So let's transfer these to a computer. Now, Bambu say I should use a program called, well, CapCut or Shutter Encoder. I'm going to download Shutter Encoder. That's a funny little tool interface, isn't it? So I've got to do browse to import the whole selection of images, and it says ensure that all images are selected. So I don't want to select the video at the top, but yeah, that's all the JPEGs. Open, choose function menu, choose H.264 or H.265. Well, let's choose H.264. Okay, then it's done things. Oh, it's opened up to a bigger interface now. Set the video output to MP4. Already set to there. Okay. On the right panel, expand the image sequence. If your computer can handle it, preview the video by clicking the play button. Where's the play button? I doubt whether my computer can handle this, funnily enough. Definitely not this one. Okay, I'm going to click that bit. Ah, right, okay. There we get a 25. Of course, the first few photos were the things that I took that were tests. All right. Well, it looks like my image can cope with, my computer can cope with it, but we can't really see what's going on that because of the angle. Anyway, that doesn't really matter. Let's convert this into a video. Click Start Function. Start Function, there we go. This must just be a script. Oh, it's working through it anyway. After all that, even on this slow Intel Mac, it's not going to take too long anyway. And it's finished. So let's go back into here. So there should be a MP4 1413. That looks like it's the most recent one. Yeah. And there's another one at the end as well. Okay, so if I open this up, it's going to have the wrong aspect ratio, but there's my 7-second video. All right, I'm going to flip this the right way and I'm going to put it in this video now and see what you think. So I've got to sort the angle out, but I think this is a much clearer time lapse than this one. Alright, so I hope you found this video relatively interesting about how to set up a time-lapse using the Cyberbrick's time-lapse interface that you can get from Bambu Lab. And depending on the camera that you used, actually I think you could get really cool videos out of this. But anyway, let us know how you'd use it. Let us know how you'd set it up in the comments. And if you've got to the end of this, please comment Easter Island egg in the comments, and I thank you for watching and sticking with me all the way through. Okay, see you next time folks, bye.